Welcome everybody. Today we're doing a special episode of Saved by the Geek. Today we're actually going to do an episode profiling some of the greatest wrestlers of the Attitude Era and of the Thousands Era. So, first thing first, I'm going to say we're going to profile probably one of the most underestimated wrestlers that was ever in the WWE. His name was Owen Hart. Owen Hart was one of the most talented of the Hart wrestlers. He had skills that Bret didn't have and could outshow his skills on the grandest stage as of WrestleMania and SummerSlam. He has defeated his brother on numerous occasions too, but never captured the Covenant WWE Championship. Owen Hart was born on May 7th, 1965. He was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He was trained by his father, Stu Hart, in the legendary Hart Dungeon. Now, Owen Hart got his start in Calgary Stampede Wrestling, which was owned by the Hart family. Now, Calgary Stampede originally got bought out, and with the original deal, Bret and Jim the Anvil Neidhart was part of that package deal. Now, with the second time that Stampede Wrestling relaunched, with that packaging of the buyout, we saw Owen Hart, Davey Boy Smith, British Bulldog, and Brian Pillman all taken over to WWE. Now, Brian Pillman, as you know, is dead. He died from overdose back in 1998. But that ain't who we're talking about today. We're talking about the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. He is a Slammy winner, okay? And let me give you some of his credentials here. He was a 2-time Slammy Award winner. He was a European champion, 2-time Intercontinental champion, 4-time Tag Team champion, and he teamed up with the British Bulldog and Yokozuna, and each time winning the titles with him twice. Now, and also Owen Hart won the Covenant King of the Ring tournament in 1994. That's where the King of Hearts came from, being the King of the Ring. Now, some of the best battles that Owen Hart had in the WWE, in my opinion, was with his brother, Bret Hart. Those were probably some of the most legendary matches that WWE ever saw. Now, I've been asked before what was my favorite Owen Hart match. It was the Bret Hart. But I have a second one that a lot of people kind of underestimate. And that was the match between Owen Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, why is that match my favorite? Stone Cold got hurt during that match. But during that match, we saw a lot of skills. Now, the times that Owen Hart fought Shawn Michaels, those were legendary matches. But Owen Hart, was a man to me that would have won the WWE Championship if the tragic accident didn't happen. Now, what tragic accident am I talking about? Owen Hart, on May 23rd, 1999, was scheduled to come in from the ceiling during a pay-per-view. It was WWE Over the Edge. He was supposed to fight the Godfather for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, they were getting ready to cut to the promo to show the packaging video, and you hear "Oh my God" from JR. They show the packaging video. They come back to a crowd shot. The crowd shot, they were being pretty professional about it. But JR, to me, this is what made JR probably one of the best announcers. Inform people, hey, this is not part of the show. This is real. Owen Hart has fell from the ceiling. He's badly hurt. We need to keep him in mind in prayers. And I mean, it was one of those things he kept reminding everybody, this is not part of the show. And about 10 minutes went by. They finally go into the next match, which the next match was getting ready to happen. I think it was Test and Jeff Jarrett, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to it. Well, after that match was over, they come back again, and Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler look really bugged. And I'm guessing at this time, Vince McMahon has came into JR's ear and told him what happened. But JR had the horrible pleasure of informing everybody that Owen Hart died from that incident the other night. I remember looking at my dad and asking him, that's part of the show, right? That's part of the show. He didn't die. And that was the first time my dad and I were both pretty upset about a wrestler dying. I mean, I literally... That bugged me a little bit, because Owen Hart was actually one of my favorites at the time, and knowing that I seen that as a kid, it bugs me. So I mean, that was one of those things, you know, you can't exactly... You can never know what's going to happen in WWE. The shows are live, and when you go to these events, you can never know what can happen, so... I'm going to give you a little nugget on this. Owen Hart was supposed to win the Intercontinental title at Over the Edge. But he didn't, due to an accident. Well, the next night on Raw, Jeff Jarrett won it. He won the IC title. And during that moment that he won it, he was handed that belt and he screamed Owen Hart's name. And this was during the Memorial show. Now, Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett were best friends. Now, Owen Hart was known as a practical joker, and no one could ever say a bad word about him, as he was one of the nicest and honest guys ever in the WWE. You know, they always called him a nugget, and he was no nugget. He was Owen Hart. He was the King of Hearts. He will be missed. Vince McMahon honestly needs to Hall of Fame him, and it should happen. But today we profile Owen Hart. Next week I'm going to do another profile video. Next week, Eddie Guerrero. And the week after that, Chris Benoit. So everybody enjoy these videos. This has been Owen Hart Profile. Geek on.